Ooh, we better hit make a touchdown this time because we're in the fourth quarter of the Bobby004 Show presented to you each week. And we hope you're enjoying the program thus far. We're going to finish on the Gina Choctaw.
Santa Claus is on a high. We had the breakfast with Santa in case you're just tuning in.
Yep. He's dressed up in a suit and I'm dressed up in my suit, my Santa suit that I use once a year for these special kids. And then the next picture is the boulevard that's being built.
For that new Gina
Casino. Can't see the casino back there, and they've got posted signs and all that. But this is going to be a nice one right here. We thought they had defeated this thing a long time ago.
I see on the right there's like some creatures landing. Either that or Santa Claus has a big finger.
My finger was in the way. you know what it is. And I worked late one day this week,
right?
And I went by, and here's my list of names right here, and went by the Taco Bell, Mr. Acre. Smitty Acre. It wasn't in, but I left word that I had gone by, and I asked about Miss Geraldine. Miss Geraldine used to live about an eighth of a mile past the little camp I had on Bar Catawba near Washington. And Smitty was leasing some property there, and Miss Geraldine and her family and her little granddaughter. You remember I had a picture? I gave the little granddaughter a missile when she made her first communion. And,
a reading missile, not a bomb missile.
Yeah.
I had to think
not the kind they found in North Opelousas.
That's correct. That's correct.
So anyhow, Miss Geraldine was working, but she had just got off of work by the time I asked about her. But they had a big, huge hog. I would bring people to see the hog.
That's right. The thing was almost as tall as almost a shoulder height.
Yeah,
it was big.
It was looking up at you like that, and she always had a bunch of little piglets.
Right.
And anyhow, brought back some real good memories. And this young lady in the picture here is Miss Angela Williams. That was just something I had to talk to her. You could tell she was very outgoing, and she just got out of the service. She's looking for some work. If anybody has a job, she's very articulate, speaks well, has a bad burn on her right hand. It didn't happen in the service, but she's not afraid to tell you the story about how it happened cooking. And anyhow, Miss Angela lives in Mamou, Louisiana, and she knows where the OPAC office is.
Very good.
Good morning to you, and nice to talk to you. And of course, this young lady is Emily Briscoe. She took my order when I walked in, and that looks like my order being delivered to me.
There you go.
I bought the one they're advertising. It's the nachos with steak. Steak nachos. It's a XXL or something like that.
Well, I'm impressed with you.
And her husband, of course, is Kevin. He's a house painter. If you're interested, there's not many house painters.
The Briscoe is the house painter.
That's the house painter. That's right. And he's also a DJ Kevin. He does DJ work at night to supplement. So they're a good little family trying to make
Briscoe.
it. And his cell number is 351-3485. And if he's as good as she is taking care of customers, you're going to be satisfied with his service.
And how about one more picture? Our good friend, Mr. Jesse Fletcher, who is still doing well. He's preparing for the Silver Gloves tournament in 2013. He is pictured there with his grandmother, with one of his belts that he's won. And I mean, he is just still lighting it up. Still lighting it up.
We used to call him the soldier ain't, but we don't see that anymore. He's kind of growing up. Big boy. I think he's fighting at 100 pounds now. That's what I boxed at my first year when I was in the 8th grade.
You probably could box with him at that, but I don't know if you could beat him at that right now.
Well,
even at 100, I think
he'd take me even. Yeah, he just butterfly around me like Ali would say.
That's right.
Butterfly.
Like a bee.
And I saw Link Savoy. We haven't mentioned Link in a while. I had not seen him where I could talk to him.
Nice gift of an eagle.
There you go. And Link, of course, was at Opelousas Orthopedic Clinic looking over some bills. And Link, of course, has helped a lot of the veterans and very interested. And I commented, I said the young Louisiana National Guard members are qualify for medical expenses, their medical treatments when they return home. And but I said, I don't. I was And I told him the years I was in. He said, well, I'm going to check into that. He said, maybe they've requalified those.
Some of the guys in National Guard,
since the National Guard has become a big part of the military.
Become the military.
They have become the military. Iraq and Afghanistan, they know the National Guard, the United States National Guard.
Like Good Morning, Mr. Ira, who we saw at the breakfast this morning as well. Mr. Ira Tate.
Yep.
And Ken Thibodeau, some of the other soldiers that were there.
That was there. And of course, Link, get me back if you can, and good morning to Maggie, the wife. I don't pass up Miss Maggie.
I got two more sponsors I got to get to. Quarters Casino, right there north of Opelousas. If you go by, it's I-49 exit 23. They've got the great gaming. If you go inside, you can try your luck at all the different machines. They've also got El Pico de Gallo Mexican restaurant and cantina with good, authentic Mexican cuisine, Mondays through Sundays, 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. with 2-for-1 margaritas with your meal. They got the Travel Plaza next door where you get all your good Chevron gas, well lit, well covered so you don't have to get wet. A huge convenience store with Subway and crunchy chicken inside if you want to get that off your road. Easy access, easy on and off the interstate. Tell Mr. Pat Willis we said hi. And one more sponsor.
Okay, go ahead.
Dixie Storage. All your storage needs down in Port Barre, Louisiana, Opelousas, and Washington, Louisiana. You can bring your everything there, from a little bitty hand-sized stuff. You can get the small units, get the big units to put your RV in with electricity. If you need climate-controlled units, they got that as well. They got warehouses that can house everything that you got. They can do inventory control for you with their trucking company, Dixie Trucking.
Dixie One Trucking.
Dixie One Trucking can move your stuff between warehouses and take care of all that, finish delivering loads for you as well. They've got their sister company, A Plus Glass, with locations in Lafayette and in Opelousas that do all your glass work, from home to cars to inspections to commercial glass as well.
While we were talking about the Winfield,
yes,
David's Pro Burger is where we eat a lot of our little breakfast and all. In fact, Sunday morning before going to Mass, I stopped in there along with Ray, Shelby, and Chance to have our breakfast. Well, when we got to church, who walks in right after I got there? I was there early. Was David Procell. And you know what? He's not only attending the church, he's in the choir at the church, and as well as Ms. Thibodeau.
There you go.
So just pass these things on. Never would have thought he was a member of the choir, but he's got a great personality, and we enjoy the service you provide when we go there. You're so nice to us, David.
Opelousas Christmas Parade is December the 13th. That's a Friday night, and the Grand Marshals have just been announced as we speak. Mr. and Mrs. Darrell Wagley will be the Grand Marshals for this year's Christmas Parade. So it lines up at St. Landry Catholic Church at 6 p.m. and will go all the way through town. So line up to get your stuff. You got some deaths?
I got some deaths. Miss Mabel Fontenot, and she was from Port Barre, and one of her daughters is Jane Richard, and of course Jane is married to Sylvan Richard, both from the Port Barre area, now living in Lafayette. And I bring their name up because Mrs. Mabel Fontenot's granddaughter is a person I've known in the banking business for many, many years, and I'm speaking of Janet Richard Wood. She's now married to Chuck Wood. Chuck is the general manager of Delta Media.
Our boss.
Our boss, that's right. In fact, you and I are having a tete-a-tete, a lunch with him Friday.
Hope we're not in trouble.
Well, I hope we don't get fired, but you know, you never know. We got new man. He might want to sweep us under and bring in some new people.
That's right.
But
bring in some
I hope not.
folks.
But whatever it is, it'll be. But he's a nice guy.
All right.
And Janet has been very, very successful banking. I think she's retired now. Mm-hmm. I think she's doing charity work in the Lafayette community. She's a very beautiful lady, and she's kind of like that good wine. She got more beautiful as she got a little bit older.
Well, I got one of the deaths announced as well. Miss Hazel Morin Artigue, who lived out near the LeBeau, Palmetto area, passed away. She'd been up in a nursing home, 82 years old, had been in a nursing home in Oklahoma near her son Michael's house. Michael and Debbie, still two living children, and Doyle, who passed away just a couple of years ago. Our condolences. She'd been married to Herbert Artigue, who was a bus driver around there and ran a wrecking service for many years right there along US 71. Our condolences to the family, one of our good old friends.
I talked about the little thrift shop in Sunset recently. We had gone in there. I bought a few pictures, Elvis Presley pictures, and a couple of other items. Marvel's thrift shop, right downtown, right next to Cafe Josephine.
Correct.
And her daughter, Miss Goldie Boudreau Guidry, died, and her daughter, that would be that'd be her. Miss Goldie's, yeah, daughter. Her daughter is Marvel, who owns that. And of course, I also had spoken when I talked about the gift shop about Marvel's daddy, Mr. Rodney Guidry, who taught plumbing at T.H. Harris for quite a number of years. So real well-known Boudreau family. I mean, that's the one of the big sweet potato growers was a Boudreau, probably one of her brothers. But anyhow, well known. My sympathies to their family.
We got a nice note from Dan Burkhalter, who of course works with the district attorney's office here in town, about identity theft. It's Christmas time. Be careful. You can get your credit report at annualcreditreport.com. Balance your checkbook monthly, reconcile your credit card statements monthly, keep your Social Security card secure where nobody can get to it. Don't give out personal information over the phone or on the internet. If you're in doubt, call your district attorney's office. They may be able to tell you if the person's legit or not legit. Use your common sense. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is.
Well, let's talk a little bit further on that subject. You say, well, you know, that's people that are old, or this is people that, you know, maybe uneducated. Right. You know, they like to throw those kind of names in there. Well, I guess it was the front page of the Morning Advocate to Wednesday morning, and you had heard about it on the news Tuesday night. The sheriff of Washington Parish, they live in Franklinton, Louisiana. His wife was identity theft, and it was through one of the LSU medical hospitals that they're affiliated. You know, all this problem going on of who's going to take care of basically the Medicaid and the poor people's medical needs. They still don't have that settled, and it's supposed to be taking place in January, but that won't take place. It's going to have to be put off. But anyhow, the sheriff's wife had gone to one of these clinics, and they stole her information. And they stole her information from one of the workers. Stole a lot of people's information, and she was selling it to a broker group, some bad people, and they were cashing checks in Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi, and I think they had maybe gotten into Arkansas. And any distance where it would be like 4 miles, they would get it. It's already time for the program.
We're down under a minute. Find your prayer book. Thank you all. If you can help us with Breakfast with Santa, all the photos from the event will be up next week and on the gallery and everything, so be prepared to watch us next week to get all the details. And
a year ago on the 7th, Ms. Joyce Stute Dejean died, and on December the 7th, Jimmy Sabille died. And one other one real quick. I'm going to cheat on a little bit of time, Mark. Give me. And
you're running out.
Yep. On the 8th, Anna Mott Stanford died, and that's one of your people. Spirit of God, eliminate all darkness from my heart. Sanctify my thoughts, words, and actions, so that I may become a child of light. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for telling a friend. And this weekend, like every weekend, Andrew and I ask you to consider attending the church of your choice. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Watching KDCG TV.